What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back, and today I am once again bringing you a Pokemon card auctions of the week recap. It was a very solid week overall, lots of interesting auctions to go over. This week we'll be talking about how well some of the cards from Astral Radiance are doing, both raw and graded, a potential modern investment that may or may not be underrated, and we'll be reviewing Further Decline, a first edition base set, so stay tuned for all of that and more. Please support the channel by being a subscriber, and please use my eBay affiliate link below if you do any shopping. It really helps out, so thank you for doing that as well. Alright folks, I got a very solid video for you. Let's get started today with some Astral Radiance cards. Here we saw an Origin Form Palkia V-Star. This is a Rainbow Rare card, raw, that sold for $42. We also saw the sale of a Hisuian Sneasler V that sold for $48 raw. And an Origin Form Dialga V alternate art that sold for $66.24. Here is an alt art Origin Form Palkia V that sold this week for $78. And arguably the best card and most valuable card in this set, the Machamp V alternate art card, had many sales this week. One sold for $122, another one for $136, and another one for $143. We also saw this lot of 12 cards from Astral Radiance and Brilliant Stars featuring a lot of alternate art cards. I even see a Radiant card down there. All 12 of these cards sold for $153 this week. And lastly, from Astral Radiance, we saw this graded Beedrill V alternate art card in PSA 10 sell this week for $355. So Astral Radiance, what's going on here? Why are these cards selling for so much raw? From what I understand, the pull rates for these alternate art cards are absolutely insane, taking several boxes to even pull one, so that's probably what's driving the price of a lot of these cards. A couple of interesting sales from Celebration set. Here's a Gold Star Greninja promo card from the Elite Trainer box in PSA 10, selling for $150 this week. So this card is still hitting some pretty big numbers considering what it is. And then we also saw this Golden Full Art Mew from the Celebration set in PSA 10, also still hitting some pretty impressive numbers, selling this week for $142.50. All right, on to a very interesting set. Ready? Shining Fates. I've noticed a couple of interesting sales from Shining Fates that don't quite equate to what the Elite Trainer box cost. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we have an Yveltal Amazing Rare in PSA 10 that sold this week for $113.50. Now, if you compare this to the prices of Amazing Rares from, let's say, Vivid Voltage, which are relatively cheap nowadays, this card right here is absolutely killing it as far as PSA 10 goes. Same with the Charizard VMAX, which this week sold as a PSA 10 for $311. Now, when you compare these sales to the dirt cheap price of an Elite Trainer box, which you can get right now for $45, it's kind of insane. I've been seeing a lot of Shining Fates boxes in my local Walmart, just sitting on the shelf. Is this an underrated set? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I'm not endorsing the idea of buying up all the Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes, but I just find it peculiar that this is a very inexpensive Elite Trainer box, and some of the cards in it are hitting some pretty fantastic prices. All right, let's go over a few Sun and Moon era cards. Here is a Full Art Mimikyu from Cosmic Eclipse that sold as a PSA 10 for $107. We have this Gengar Mimikyu GX from Team Up set that sold for $150 as a PSA 10. From Unified Minds, we saw a Full Art Misty's Favor that sold for $225 this week. And then also from Cosmic Eclipse, we saw this Arceus Palkia and Dialga GX card that sold for $205. Here we saw a BGS 10 Black Label Charizard Reshiram GX card that sold for $2,172 US. And then here's a card I haven't seen before. It is a Chinese Rainbow Rare Charizard GX in BGS 10 condition that sold this week for $1,580. And two interesting cards from the XY era. Here is a Lugia EX from Ancient Origins set in PSA 10 that sold for $365. And then the Mega Charizard EX Full Art card from Evolution set, not doing too well this week, as a PSA 10 sold for $127. Which brings me to our vintage portion of the video, starting out with a bunch of auctions from Card House EU. He was selling a bunch of first edition Gym Challenge cards. Let's go over a few of them. Here is a Giovanni's Nidoking that sold for $502 this week. A first edition Holo Erica sold for $321. And then a pitiful sale of the holographic first edition Giovanni of only $227. A first edition Misty Seadra sold for $311. And then we had two Gyarados here. Misty's Gyarados sold for $697. And the Giovanni's Gyarados did slightly better at $799 for a PSA 10. Here we saw a Giovanni's Machamp first edition sell for $448. And then from Rocket Set, we saw a Dark Machamp in first edition sell for an even $700. A first edition Holo Zapdos from Fossil Set sold this week for $797. While from a different seller, a first edition Holo Hitmonlee sold for $787. A bunch of the Neo Destiny Shining cards came by. Let's go through them real quick. Here's a first edition Shining Steelix that sold for $1,681. A Shining Kabutops sold for $1,525. The Shining Celebi sold for $1,845. The Shining Raichu, $3,525. And then the always very expensive Shining Tyranitar sold as a PSA 10 for $4,706 this week. Saw a couple of Togetics from Neo Genesis. Here is an unlimited holo Togetic in PSA 10, sold for $405 this week, while the first edition version sold for $510. So not too much more for the first edition version of this card. And this Togetic has really seen quite a decline the past month, really. You know, about a month ago, this card was selling for $1,400. After that, it sold for $615. This week, $510. So what's going on with my buddy Togs here? Anybody know? A couple of cards from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Here is a Meganium Cracked Ice Holo that sold for $202. And then a Japanese Gyarados Holo. This is a promo card that in PSA 10 sold for $455. And our last auction from eBay, and a very unfortunate one at that, is this fake looking base set booster box. This is unlimited base set booster box that sold for $12,498. It's sales like this that I just want to, you know, drives me nuts, because I was looking at this box and it looks pretty fake. And I really hope that someone didn't pay over $12,000 for this piece of garbage, because, man, what a hit. What a blow. To most people, that is a pretty substantial amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, that's a hefty part of your salary that you're putting into junk cardboard. So I'm just, you know, I feel bad, but just be very careful, folks. Please get your sealed boxes from very reputable sellers. You know, like TCA Gaming, SM Pratt, Z&G. People that you know 100% for sure are not going to sell you a proxy box. All right, on to the PWCC weekly and monthly auction recap. We saw a Gold Star Espeon from the Pop Series 5 sell this week as a PSA 10 for $13,800. And then we also saw this BGS 9 50,000 point Espeon promo card that sold for an even $18,000. And now I'm going to talk about the nasty business of first edition PSA 10 base set holos. They were pretty underwhelming this week all across the board. Let me go over a few auctions with you. Here's a PSA 10 Hitmonchan that sold for an even $9,000. The Alakazam, $8,700. The Raichu, $8,700 as well. A first edition Gary sold for $8,100. The Ninetales, $7,500. Magneton, $4,680. Nidoking, $4,440. And Poliwrath, also $4,440. Here we saw a Japanese PSA 10 Crystal Charizard that sold for $9,300, while the English variant sold for $13,200. I swear I see more Crystal Charizards come by on PWCC than I do base set. Here is a Gem Mint 10 Reverse Foil Charizard from Legendary Collection that sold for $10,200, and then a Japanese Gold Star Charizard from EX Dragon Frontiers sold for $9,900, while a PSA 10 English Gold Star Charizard sold for a whopping $23,400. And then a few very notable cards from the monthly auction. Here is a number 3 Trainer 2018 Promo World's Championship card, sold as a PSA 9 for $32,400. A Japanese Top Sun Blueback Charizard in PSA 9 sold for $8,400. A University Magikarp Japanese promo sold as a PSA 9 for $19,200. And the 2005 Japanese promo Spring Battle Road Victory Ring card sold as a PSA 10 for an even $18,000 this week. Then we saw a first edition PSA 10 base set Venusaur sell for $15,600. And then the auction of the week, I have to give to the PSA 10 first edition base set Charizard. that sold this week for $210,000, which is an ugly price when you look at the previous prices in the past few months. One sold a month ago for $264,000, and then one sold 3 months ago for $420,000. So man, first edition PSA 10 base set holos took a hit this week. What do y'all think? Thank you guys so much for watching. Give the video a like on your way out. I truly appreciate it. That's all I got for you today, folks. I'll catch you in my next one.